Alright guys, welcome today. We are interviewing a very special person. Probably, if not the best YouTuber, top 5 for sure on the platform. Underrated, Wendigoon. Say hi.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you, man, for having me on. It really does mean a lot. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
One of my favorite YouTubers on the platform, and I got the honor to interview him, of course. So, number one, how are you today?
I'm doing good, man. Just vibing out. I recorded another podcast earlier, and I'm researching today, so I'm just vibing, doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. So, Wendigoon, what is a fun fact about you that most people don't know?
Ooh, I guess most people know that I like guns and whatnot.
There's literally a meme in your server goes, did you just post cringe?
Yeah.
You shoot a gun.
Yeah. Really between YouTube and firearms, those are my main interests. I'm also like a big film guy, but I feel like people know that too. Something that's people don't know about me. I still, to this day, build rifles with my dad. That was a hobby that me and him had growing up. That got me into firearms initially, and we still do that to this day. So other than YouTube, that's like the thing I do to pass the time. So yeah.
Where did the name Wendigoon come from?
So Wendigoon came from different aspects of my life when I was growing up. My grandfather, as I grew up, taught me about like the Native American legends and creatures like the Wendigo, being the monster of the woods. And that always interests me. I'm from Appalachia, so it's part of a lot of Appalachian culture, kind of the more esoteric and mysticism side of it. So there's that aspect of my life. And then goon is a phrase that's often used to describe guys who like guns or guys who go shooting or whatever. And that's another aspect of my life that I adopted later. So whenever it came to decide what something I want to call myself online, it was just a combination of the two words that felt natural.
I always thought it was a cool name when I first saw. I think you're on one of Mr. GG's videos. I was like, and you came on. I was like, this dude has a great beard. Number one, first thing I noticed.
I appreciate
the long flowing hair and the great beard. And then like I just recognized. I was like, this dude has a really cool name. I was like,
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Wendigoon. There's not a lot of things that I'm like very proud of to the point I will say I'm proud of them. But I remember when I thought of the name Wendigoon, I was like, oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one I want. So I've always been happy with that.
What is your favorite gun?
It's too generic to say AR-15, even though that's like the standard go-to. I like FAL's 308 battle rifle, originally developed by FN. Me and my dad build a lot of them, and they're a lot of fun to shoot. So I'm going to say an FAL.
Where did you meet your girlfriend? I think her name's Kayla.
Yes,
Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
Kayla. So Kayla and I actually met at a food city. We had classes together, and I had noticed her, and thought she was cute, but I had never talked to her. And then one night, me and some friends we were actually going ghost hunting. This is while I was in college. I've always been weird. So we were at a food city, and my friends said, hey, one of them had invited one of their friends, and they're like, this girl we invited wants to bring her roommate. And we were like, yeah, that's cool, who cares? So I was waiting at Food City at midnight to go ghost hunting. And then they come, and I remember Kayla walked up to me. I'd seen her before for the first time. This is the first time she was like done up. She was wearing like an old band tee. She had like dark makeup on and all that. And she walked up to me and said, hi, I think we've met. And I just stared at her. Because I was hyper fixated. I don't think I drooled, but I was thinking it. And I was like, hi, nice to meet you. And that's how we met. So to go ghost hunting in the food sitting parking lot, which is pretty fitting.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. That sounds like a Wendigoon thing I've ever heard, if I ever heard one.
It's on character, yeah.
What is it like being a Sunday school teacher? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have heard you are a Sunday school teacher.
I am a Sunday school teacher. It's very fulfilling. I enjoy doing it a lot. A lot of people, when they hear Sunday school teacher, they assume it's like a children's thing. My age group is like high school to college. Really anyone who wants to come. I'm not going to kick anyone out. But it's mostly like college age focus, so it is more, I guess you could say mature Bible study or what have you. I like the teacher role because it allows me to go more in depth on topics or talk about some of the history or aspects of stories from the Bible and like pull more out of them. So it's rewarding not only to be able to talk about God in an aspect like that, but also just because it's with an age group that I learned something whenever I teach something to the people in my class. So I really enjoy it.
I know when I was in high school, my Sunday school teacher was a very influential person in my life. So it's pretty cool that you're making a difference in their lives.
I appreciate it.
I couldn't imagine walking in and be like, my Sunday school teacher's Wendigoon.
I don't think like, people at my church know about the YouTube channel. I don't think anyone has came into church and recognized me yet. But it would be funny if one day someone comes in to the Sunday school class and I'm there.
Who is your favorite YouTuber?
Ooh, I watch a lot of YouTube, if you could imagine. There's a lot of different kinds of content I like. A few I'd have to say are like internet historian. I like long exposés about like other YouTubers and YouTube dramas, you know, like The Right Opinion, Jay Aubrey, Turkey Tom, creators like that. Obviously GunTube, so I like people like Garand Thumb or Brandon Herrera. Implement. I have recently watched like the entirety of Implement's catalog. He's one of the creators that I watched his videos and am jealous that I didn't make a video like that first. Like, he is fantastic. I love his content. Implement's been a big inspiration as of late. So yeah.
What is your favorite YouTube video that you made?
There's 3, and they're each for different reasons. The Black Parade video.
That's where my friend discovered you.
Oh, cool. Nice. Very cool. The No Country for Old Men video. Those 2 topics are both because they were something that was very personal to me that I was able to portray in a video and then upload it. So that was like self-fulfilling. And then my third would be the Maarting Luther King video, because between the clips and like things I grabbed for that was one that whenever I watched the final project, I sat there, it was like, this is one of the few times I have put it together the exact way I envisioned it in my head.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing just came through the way I wanted it to. So aside from the first 2 being just like self-fulfilling stuff, I would say the MLK video.
I remember when I first started watching your videos, I didn't believe, I can't say I believed in any conspiracy theories. I was like, you know, I knew the government wanted to be trusted, but I was like, okay, this is. Then you explained the CIA and JFK one. I was like, I believe in a conspiracy theory now.
There's a lot like that. Those are definitely the more flashy ones. I've considered doing videos on things like the Panama Papers, or a lot of the like Vietnam, like misinformation that was thrown around during the war. But yeah, that rabbit hole goes deep as to stuff that the government's done. So yeah.
What is the most insane conspiracy theory you've heard?
So it's hard to tell if a conspiracy theory is being legitimate or just, you know, like for fun, like
troll.
Yeah, just a troll. Like Flat Earth, for example, there are people who I do think believe in Flat Earth, but the vast majority of them are just trolling. I would say the brain in a vat people who actually do something about it. So like the brain in a vat theory is the idea that you as the individual are the only real person and the entire world is just a simulation. And like, sure, that's one of those fun thought concepts I think I mentioned on the Iceberg we can play around with, but there are people who legitimately disassociate from like friends and loved ones because they don't think that reality is real. And that is the level of ridiculousness that I think is like the worst, because whenever someone actually shuts down their livelihood because the livelihood may not be what they think it is. Like, so yeah, I'd say that. People who like put praxis to the brain in a vat idea.
What is your favorite video game? I know you mentioned you love Left 4 Dead 2 or something. I can't remember what it's called.
I do love Left 4 Dead 2. Forever, I said that my favorite video games are like the Batman Arkham games, because I did grow up on those and they're a lot of fun. However, I love the Resident Evil games, the new ones, like Resident Evil 7 and 8. Honestly, I'd probably have to say like Resident Evil 7, or like the new ones. I love the remakes as well, like the 2 and 3 remake. But something about 7 and 8, something between the environment and the gameplay and the story and all that just hit me the right way. So I'm really big fans of the RE games.
What is your favorite meme?
Oh, okay. It would have to be Doge, because Doge has made the weirdest transition ever. Early 2010s, Doge was like the, you know, much wow, so whatever, like the little 2-word structures. But now Like, if you scroll through Instagram, you will find like a 3-part Lord of the Rings recreation made out of different Doge reaction images. I watched someone do an entire music video for American Pie that was just like Doge doing the different character scenes and dancing. And like, there wasn't a joke. It was just like a music video of American Pie, but with Doge. It is something that, like, depending on the reaction, can fit to anything. So yeah, I have to say Doge.
What is the funniest movie on the disturbing movie Iceberg?
The funniest?
In your opinion? Yeah.
Oh boy. If I had to say, it would be, I forget the name of it. It was the one that had the flying baby doll.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's also the only clip I showed through that whole video, I think. Because most of the clip, like, a lot of people are like, why aren't you showing clips? Why aren't you showing the cover of the case? Because most of the covers of the cases were like a dead body. I can't just show that on YouTube.
You can barely say a cuss word on YouTube.
Yeah, like, yeah, and people are like, why didn't you show that video of like a mass grave? Like, okay. I forget what the name of that one was, but the entire movie was that way.
It's like Necromantic or something like that?
No, Necromantic was one about a couple who do things with the dead body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As you say, kiss.
Kiss, yeah, they kiss the dead body.
Well, I went around saying that for like 4 weeks. My parents were like, what is kiss?
I forget what the movie was. It had a flying baby doll in it. The reason that I say that one is because, yeah, all the scenes were super gory, like with all the other movies, but they were all played for laughs. So, like, yeah, it's gory because they're using, like, real animal guts to do the scene, but it'll be, like, someone screaming and running to traffic, and then it jump cuts to, like, a doll that is full of guts getting hit by a car and exploding, which is so weird and bizarre, but it's definitely the funniest, especially because all the other movies on the Iceberg were just depressing.
Who is your favorite rapper? I know you had a Travis Scott vinyl in the back of your videos.
Kanye West, without a doubt.
Kanye West.
I am a huge fan of all of his music. I think he not only was a visionary, but was a pioneer with a lot of the sounds and like ways that he created songs. And I cannot think of a Kanye song that has not held up to the test of time. There's a lot of like rap songs that get really big for a while, and then like in hindsight, it's like, I guess they're okay. But you can play any track from any Kanye record and it still slaps. So,
what is it like having 1 million subs?
It's really cool. I think a little bit of the shock effect that I should be having is kind of lost on me because I did hit it so frequently, and also because I am in a rural environment. I've never, like, for example, I've never met another YouTuber like in person, or someone else who does YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure that's a correct statement, and I can't think of a way I'm wrong. A few people who have recognized me, not many. So for the most part, it's still been like me sitting in a room talking about things I'm interested in, and then every now and then someone recognizes me for it. It's like not a lot has changed, so to speak.
Yeah.
But what has, like, as far as the shock side of it, but I'm incredibly grateful and amazed by the amount of people I see online who react to videos and talk about it and stuff. And there's this thing whenever you're creating videos early on, that some people are afraid that they're wasting potential, so to speak. Like, if they don't have very many subscribers or viewers, you'll hear a lot of people say things like, well, I don't want to make a video on this topic until I know more people are going to see it, which for one is kind of the wrong approach to YouTube. I do understand that feeling. So I am eternally grateful that whenever I sit down to make a video, I know people are going to see it. And it's very rewarding. It makes me hold myself to a higher standard, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something productive. So I guess grateful would be the best way I could describe it.
Who is your celebrity crush?
My girlfriend now. She would be, but that's again a lame answer for an interview. The only celebrity that I can recall as of late seeing and being like, wow, she's nice, is Billie Eilish. I've always been into like goth girls, and she fits the bill. So yeah, I'd say Billie Eilish.
I remember we tried to pin your server. You said something. They're talking about Lady, however you say her name, from Resident Evil. You said, haha, big goth mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember her, but like, oh my gosh, when he said it.
Yeah, Lady Dimitrescu, if she was real, would absolutely be my celebrity crush, because I like tall women and goth women. So it's funny, right? Because I played Resident Evil 7, like I said a second ago, it's one of my favorite games ever. And then I'm like, I can't wait for Resident Evil 8. And then they played the trailer through. I'm like, this is a psyop. I am being tested.
Where's your favorite pickup line that you've heard?
One time, Kayla, whenever we were first talking as friends, she sent me this big, long story about how she was in a grocery store and she was like trying to get stuff done and she was grabbing a bunch of fruits and then she dropped the fruits because she was scared and she kept fumbling trying to pick them up and it didn't work, and then she sent all that and then said, so yeah, sorry, I'm bad at pickup limes, which has to be my favorite because it's the only one that I didn't know where it was going, and it worked, I guess, because we've been dating for 4 years, so yeah.
I didn't know where to expect that to go, but what inspired you to start YouTube?
A lot of factors. I have always liked weird stuff, and people always are like, oh, you must have been so cool to know, or we would have been great friends in high school, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, I get that now it may seem cool, like talking about all the stuff I do on the internet, but when I was just a nobody in high school who would just randomly blurt out facts about mass killings and conspiracy theories, it was not cool. It was very weird, as a matter of fact. So I was always kind of looking for an outlet or something to push my interest into, and then YouTube was a good avenue for that. YouTube has been for the past several years like my main entertainment source. Like, I don't watch that many TV shows or movies as I used to. It's mostly just like YouTube videos, which I think is more apparent for a lot of people. So a combination of those two things, it just felt natural. I've always said that one of my inspirations to start conspiracy theories was Shane Dawson, because Shane Dawson, I saw his conspiracy theory video he did, and it's the dumbest conspiracy theories I've ever heard. Like, you type in conspiracy theory to Google and he read like the first 5 results. It was so dumb. I hated it. And I remember telling myself, if I ever make a YouTube video, I am going to start making videos about cool conspiracy theories, not that lame stuff he was talking about. So kind of out of spite, Shane Dawson helped.
Yeah. How long have you been doing YouTube?
I have been doing YouTube for right at 1.5 years.
Oh, wow, you blew up fast.
Well, I had the channel. I hadn't done anything with it. It was just sitting there. And then 2 Halloweens ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to give this like the real honest try. And then from there, I just didn't let off. And now we're at 1.25 million, which is pretty cool.
Were you popular in school? I got a feeling it's no from the answer you gave me earlier about just blurting out random facts about mass killings, but
I'm pretty good at that. I went to a pretty small high school. I was popular for the school, I guess. Like, I was class president my junior and senior years. I played on the golf team. I was on the baseball team. So yeah, I wasn't like the most popular kid, I'd say, but my graduating class was 20 people. So, everyone knew each other. Because of that, I guess so. But popularity, like I said, wasn't really a thing at a smaller school.
When did you believe you could do YouTube full time?
I actually had like a moment where I don't know if I believed it 100% of the time, but it was the first sign that maybe I could do it. So I was in college at the time, and I was sitting in the parking lot before walking into class, and the disturbing movie Iceberg was at like 999,000 views. And I was sitting there and I was just refreshing the page over and over. Whenever I saw it say 1M, that I had 1 million views on that video, I remember thinking to myself, like, I have a shot. Like, if I put enough time into this, I may be able to make it. And sure enough, I did. I've been blessed enough, and here I am. I would say that, waiting for the video. I guess the first time I knew that I could is whenever I got a call. It was after the disturbing movie Iceberg. I got a call from an agent out of LA who asked if I'd be interested in beginning advertisements and running ads on my channel for brands like Manscaped and all that. And that was like the moment where I'm like, okay, I can do this.
All right, that was the final question. Thank you, Wendy, for joining us. And if you're on my channel, you haven't checked out Wendy, I talk about him all the time on my server. Make sure to go check him out. And really, like I said, great dude from what I've seen. Honored to interview you. And I want to say thank you for making that server. I've met some great friends on there. Matt, Dominic, Chloe, Lily. Pretty chill people I've got to meet. And I'll see y'all guys next time.
Thank you very much for having me, man. I really appreciate it. Had a great time. And check out his channel. It was a great time. So thank you all very much.